right. Well, welcome to Botox at the Bar. We are a med spa located in Maple Grove, Minnesota. I'm Nicole.
And I'm Nurse Liz.
And we are where shots and beauty mingle. So today we are going to be showcasing lip filler. Lip filler is all the rage. Lips are big because the Kardashian effect.
Yeah.
For sure.
Right.
People want to have those big lips, but they want it to not be so overdone where they look like duck lips, but they want it to look natural.
Some people like duck lips.
I know.
I've had people ask me to give them duck lips.
It is crazy. So lips are a thing that we definitely need to talk about because there's so many different fillers. There's different looks. There's different techniques for lip filler. So we're going to go down the path today and answer all your questions about lip filler. We are not giving medical advice on our podcast, so please consult with your doctor. Everything we say here is our opinion and our opinion only. So Nurse Liz, I want to start out with you about what is lip filler. I know it's hyaluronic acid. Now, it used to be collagen, right? That was like back in the day.
Yeah, it used to be. It's gone through different things. But now, it's hyaluronic acid. And our body makes hyaluronic acid normally. But we stopped making it somewhere in our late 20s.
Ooh,
it stops. I mean, not completely stops, but it slows down.
Reduces.
Right.
Yeah.
So when you're young and you have all the plump skin and you don't need any lotions or potions to keep your skin nice and glowing, that's when you have all that hyaluronic acid. So when we put that hyaluronic acid in your lips, we get that plump, kind of beautiful lip.
Mm-hmm.
So you can do that with with several different fillers. There's lots of them out there. We choose to use Allergan again here because I love Allergan products. I think they are very well studied and they stand behind their products.
And they're predictable. You know what's going to happen.
Right.
Yes.
So some of the different types of fillers you can put in lips. There's two of my favorites is Ultra and Volbella. Okay. My very favorite is Volbella. It's really soft, and you can really get a nice looking lip out of it. And it adds a little pinkness to your color of your lip also. Oh. Allergan does say that Ultra is the most plumping. I don't know if I agree with that, though. After working with the products, I feel like I can get just as nice of a lip, if not nicer, with Volbella.
Wow.
And most of the staff in the clinic here have Volbella in their lips.
Mm-hmm. Well, you have stacked me where I've had Ultra first, a whole syringe of Ultra.
Right.
And then you put in a syringe of Volbella.
Right.
So because they can stack.
Right. You can mix and match, and you get really good, nice, beautiful lips. So as far as that goes, those are my two favorites.
Okay.
You can use some of the other ones. Velour you can use in your lips. It's not going to give you, in my opinion, the lip you're looking for, so I don't use it. Yeah. Some of the other nurses here do like it, and they use it.
Yep.
And so it's a preference. I don't want to use it in my clients, so I don't. And so there you go.
And velour lasts a little longer. I think
it does. That's why people want that one. But it lasts 18 months, but it's not really, it doesn't do the plumping that that people are looking for. It doesn't do the beautiful lip that you want. And so they always, a lot of times what I've noticed is they come back for more, which some of them do anyways. But I just feel like you can get nicer results if you want to use Velour. And Velour is more expensive because it lasts longer. It's $750 a syringe.
It's up to 18 months.
Yeah, so if you're coming in to get your lips done and you want to use Velour and you're costing $750, and then you're not leaving here with the actual lip that you want, it just doesn't feel right to me. So I don't use that one.
Okay.
Volbella lasts 12 months. And it's $650 a syringe, well worth it. And then you have Ultra, lasts about 6 to 9 months. That one is $550 a syringe.
Okay.
Okay. And now the Ultras from the old fillers, which don't
the original.
Don't push those aside because those fillers are great. They're workhorses. Ultra and Ultra Plus are great fillers, and the only thing with those versus the Vicross is that the the Ultra and the Ultra Plus fillers do attract water. But that's okay in your lips because when we're hydrated, our lips are fuller anyways, right?
Yes.
So you can get away with it there. There are areas of the face that I wouldn't want to use it in because of that.
Okay.
But yeah.
So what about the clients that come in, and they're not smokers, but they
Right.
they have smoker lines.
Right.
I see that a lot more common with women now. I'm seeing that they have no lips and they have these lines.
Yeah.
So they don't want a big lip. They're not looking for the Kardashian look or the
No.
Kylie Jenner look.
Nope.
But and by the way, it takes like 4 or 5 syringes to look like that.
Yeah.
It's not a one syringe kind of thing. Just to clarify that.
Right.
But what do you suggest for a client that's got smoker lines and they just want to soften that?
Well, you can start with Botox. You can get a lip flip and just get to soften that a little bit. But always, 100% of the time, I would recommend Volbella.
Okay.
Because it's such a soft filler.
They just have a really nice result.
Really nice. Yep, it works really well there. That's what I would recommend for those people.
And what about women or men? Because we have a lot of men getting lips done because they don't have, let's say, an upper lip.
Yeah.
Their bottom lip is fine, but they have no upper lip. When they smile, their upper lip completely disappears.
Right.
And they look off, if you will.
And as we age, this, our lip starts to get longer in here, and then it goes under.
Yep.
So don't let that happen. If you're really concerned about that, make sure you keep your lip up, because once it's under, it's really hard to get that back.
To flip that back out.
Yeah, it really is.
So you have that nice Cupid's bow or whatever.
Right,
yep.
exactly.
Yeah, because I see men that they have no upper lip and they also have the smoker lines.
Yeah,
and it's like, well, they want to get their lips done. They're not going to look like a woman. They're not going to have these womanly lips.
No.
But they're going to have a lip that more symmetrical to the bottom and look. And then when they smile, they won't have such a gummy smile.
Yeah.
It will cover more their teeth more, and they'll look younger, if you will. But I think I'm glad you brought up the lip flip, because that's a great way to be introduced.
A lot of people start there and they
lips.
love that, and then they come for actual filler.
Yeah.
So what I always tell people is, if you're after a certain look with your lip, it might take more than one syringe, but we always start with one syringe, and then we say, wait till this all heals, come back in a month. Give it a good month.
Yep.
Then
good
come back
28 days.
28 days. And then come back and we can look at things and we can add more. And I have people that do that. And they love that. Yeah.
And that brings up a good point about the journey, the lip filler journey that we all know and love.
Yes. And we have a little card here that kind of helps them.
Describes that journey, because there are going to be lumps and bumps, and they might have bruising, and they're going to be uneven for, weird things happen while it's settling in.
Well, because when you're injecting in a lip, let's just say, because I poke you 3 times on this side, doesn't mean I'm only going to poke you 3 times over here.
Right.
It might be that your lip is just a little bit different on one. Well, everybody's lip is a little different on one side. So we might be using more pokes on one side. You're not going to, and the other thing is one side of your face might be more sensitive. So you are not going to swell evenly necessarily. You might swell evenly, but you might not. Don't worry about it.
Or freak out saying, oh my goodness, I am.
They need to wait a good 2 weeks to see the final, when the swelling's completely down.
Yes.
And then they can come back, and we're happy to add a little bit more if it's to fix something that's just not,
Right. And they need to wait 2 weeks, because we really cannot inject anything for that first 2 weeks, because we need to see where it lands. We're not gonna dissolve or put an enzyme in that's gonna dissolve any of it yet, because it's so vascular and there's a lot going on there, and we want it to calm down. But, and you might bruise, like you said, and you might have, weird things happen while it's settling in. But once they settle in, they settle in.
Right.
And sometimes, and every time you get your lips done, it's a different experience.
It is.
There's times where I'm like, oh my gosh, the next morning, I'm like, what did I just do to my face? Like, because they blow
scary.
up.
They blow up
they blow up the next
and
day,
then certain fillers will blow up more than other fillers.
Yes.
Like Ultra, you get really swollen for about 4 or 5 days in the morning.
Yes.
And you just put ice on, it goes back down.
Yep.
Well, Bella's not as bad, but you still swell.
Exactly.
And it can look scary and freak people out. I actually had a client, that she wasn't my client, she was one of the other nurses, that her lips swelled the next day, even though they told her, they explained everything. She went home and she went into a different clinic and had them dissolved because they swelled up. And then they only dissolved her upper lip, so now she didn't have an upper lip and she had a lower lip. And then after everything was done, she was like, she looked weird. And she called me and she was just crying because she had done that, And so I did have her come back and I did inject her to fix it. But I said to her, I said, now do not worry if it swells.
And don't go to another injector.
No.
You gotta come back. We stand behind our work.
Yes.
Let us work with you because it is a journey once. And plus, you don't want to keep going to different injectors to get your lips done because just like Botox, we need to learn how your body's responding.
Yes, exactly.
And the pattern for the filler. So we get to know your lips. So you're getting them done every year or, however long, every year and a half if you're doing velour. But usually every year you pretty much are coming in and get your lips done is what I've seen at least. Sometimes it's 6 months because you're a runner and your metabolism's high. So you metabolize it a lot faster. Yeah. So you're metabolizing through your filler a lot faster. So maybe it's every 6 months.
Yeah, it just depends on what you're looking for. Like naturally I have bigger lips, my lips, but I still like to add Volbella because it gives me a little brightness to them and just a little bit more plumping than
and it sharpens your border.
Right. But right now I don't have anything left. Mine's been a year.
Yeah.
And I feel like once you've used filler in your lips too, it helps your lips to stay a little bit more plump.
Yeah, it's not like they're going to dissolve and shrivel up and then have extra skin. I think people have that misnomer.
I know, it's not like
that. And that's not what happens at all.
But I would never, ever be able to use Ultra in my lips.
Yeah, no.
I've tried it once and oh my gosh.
It
was hilarious because they were just huge.
Oh yeah. Like, what's going on there?
Yeah, let's get this stuff out.
I know, right? Oh boy.
But the young girls like to have Ultra because it makes their lips
bigger. Yeah, because like when you look at like someone like a Kylie Jenner or any of those that are, on Instagram and stuff, they have the Instagram worthy lips. Really are 2, 3, 4 syringes. They're not one. So people are like, oh, one syringe, that's a lot.
Well, unless you're somebody like me, I can put one syringe of Ultra on my lips, and my lips is going to be bigger than Kylie.
Exactly. So, of course, we consult. We look at their picture. We give a before picture, and we do an after picture. And we just really look at the size of the lips. What are they looking to do?
Right. What do they
especially
want?
The younger gals that want to have bigger lips. But those that really had no lips, i.e. me.
I know, right?
I had no lips. They were shriveled to nothing.
I know.
I was in denial. And then I look at my before and I'm like, what? I had no lips. I was just shriveled up little lips. And you're like, you need a syringe. I'm like, oh, that's too much. Well, I ended up getting 2 syringes because I had no lips. I had nothing going on there. And I didn't look crazy after. I mean, the next day I was like, what did I just do to myself?
Oh my gosh.
I called you and I'm like, Liz, what did you do? Oh my goodness, I'm freaking out. And then it calmed down. I put some ice on and I was so able to go to work the next day. It's fine. But so there's no downtime. There might not even be even social downtime. It's more of a, just ice it down. And you can put some lip, gloss or something or balm on it. That would help with moisturizing it. Because you will shed.
Yeah, you need to keep your lips nice and moist. That's really important because we want to support that tissue while it heals.
Yes. And on that card that you have, that's our aftercare card along with, we give this little aftercare kit with that card. But it's got some Arnica Montana. So tell us more about Arnica.
So Arnica Montana is just a natural supplement. I don't even know if they really know why it works, but it helps to prevent bruising and swelling. And it does work.
Yeah.
And we have the pellets that you can start taking 3-4 days before you come in for your injections. They just dissolve under your tongue. You take, 4 to 6 pellets under there 4 times a day. And then when you come in to inject, your chances of bruising are less.
Yeah.
If you stay off of blood thinners, like ibuprofen, aspirin, don't drink any alcohol because that'll make a huge difference.
Omega-3s
and
or
omega-3s, any of the things that can cause your blood to be thinner.
Yes.
So your risks of bruising go way up. So we just say don't, be safe. Actually take the pellets and be safe. Most people don't have any problems, but sometimes you can bruise, get a simple bruise, and you can also get a hematoma.
Yeah. So what is that?
Well, a hematoma is like a big puncture of a vessel that causes like a big, hard blood, almost. collection of blood.
Yeah, it's not a blister.
No, but it usually is underneath, and it will make your lips swell way up. And it's hard, and there's not much you can do with them. You just have to wait till they dissolve, and we ice them and everything and try to
and so
keep
it at bay.
It can happen. It has happened.
Yep.
So it's going to help prevent that. Even if you take those, it can still happen. So you need to make sure you have time for your appointment in case those things do happen.
Yes, and so you can pick up Arnica Montana at like a Whole Foods. We sell it here at the clinic.
You can sell it. You can get it at any drugstore. You can get it here. Yeah, like you said, it's available for people.
Yeah, so get the pellets, and then you can get the gel or the cream form as well. So you put it topically over your lips.
And that's more for after.
Yes.
And the pellets are more for before.
Good point. Good point. And so we do provide some of that in the aftercare kit, and then along with the lip balm. So you want a really good moisturizing lip balm as well, and you just want to keep a mask off your face or anything because you just have open injectable or injection sites that you want those to close. And
the thing about our lips, it's such a vascular area; they heal fast. So I would just give it a good 24 hours.
Yeah,
and just use the stuff that we give you.
Yes.
Don't put any lipstick on or anything, and then the next day.
What are some other things we need to watch out for? Is like when we're screening clients. What are some things that we won't inject if certain things are...
Right. You cannot have had any vaccine within 30 days.
So it doesn't matter what kind.
Nope. No vaccines within 30 days.
Yeah.
Right.
Because you don't want to have a hyperinflammation reaction or you just don't know
and I have seen that hyperinflammation. It's not pretty. Yeah. And there's no way to stop it.
Nope. You just had to let it go.
You got to let it take its course. So you really have to, So... no vaccines is the big thing. Yeah. And then no alcohol, no blood thinners. Yes. Those are all very important to, you need to have time so that if you have any troubles, any complications, like a hematoma. Yeah. You're not like going to be really upset that you're in front of people. Like I have people that come in and get their lips done and they go to work. I'm like, you are really taking a chance because
as long as they know and they don't care. They know. Or that you don't want to do it right before a wedding. Like you want to give it
you need to give it
days before a big event.
Yes, exactly.
So look at your calendar before you book for lip filler.
I know, right? Exactly.
And we even ask that. Do you have a big event coming up? Another thing too is dental work.
Right.
That is big dental work. Not getting your teeth cleaned. That's
even teeth cleaning can be an issue because you're releasing a ton of bacteria when you clean your teeth.
That's true.
And now you get your lips done, there's chance of infection. So that's a good point. Just say really, if you're going to have your teeth cleaned or whatever, get your teeth cleaned and come in 2 weeks after or something. Yeah. Don't come in right after your dental appointment because you still got a bunch of bacteria brewing.
But if you're getting a root canal or you're getting crowns, do not do that at least 2 weeks in or out of getting lip filler.
Right. Yeah. I mean, people don't realize how important a clean mouth is, how important it is. If you have a knee replacement or joint replacement, you have to take antibiotics before you get a dental appointment.
Yeah.
Because of the bacteria that can get into that knee replacement. There's all kinds of bacteria in our mouth.
Right. So you have to be extra
careful. You have to be extra careful.
That. Yeah. So let's just be mindful and just plan ahead should you want to get your lips done for an event or just in general so you know. So talk about the pain level of lips. Because they are so vascular.
They are.
And put needles in there. Woo!
So we use a really, really good BLT cream, which is a numbing cream. We put it on for a good 15 minutes. And I mean, most people hate it because they can't even talk.
Oh,
Their lips are so numb.
And your tongue can go numb.
Right.
Yeah.
And so we do that. And then when we clean that off, I also apply ice. I put ice on their lips to close down any blood vessels to help prevent any bleeding or bruising and before I inject. And it works, the combination works fairly well. The first initial injections you will feel still. You're not going to feel them fully because you are numb and you've had ice and everything. But you still do feel that pressure as you're putting that into the lip. But each filler product has lidocaine in it. So as we inject into your lip, it's going to get number
It gets better and better through the
all of a sudden you
process.
can't even feel anything.
Yep, because I close my eyes. I just don't like to see the needle coming in
know.
my face. So I'll close my eyes and then I'll be like, okay, just like get it done. You're like, I've already done like 3 or 4 injections.
Right.
Because I'm anxious and I want you to be
Right.
quick but yet accurate.
Right.
And you're like, because I feel the first 2.
Right.
And then after that, you're right. I don't feel as much.
Right. Because the
It
lidocaine
gets better
kicks
and better.
in
I'm like,
and it's
okay,
better.
that's cool. And
Yeah.
then you're like, oh, nope, I want to hear it because you guys are all perfectionists and you all have to get the little injections in little spots, but you do such a beautiful job. I mean, it really looks like you can pretty much see how your lips are going to look right after.
Instantly you can tell.
Yep.
But the problem is sometimes if you get that bruise or hematoma, it will change the look a little bit and you have to wait.
So it's kind of hard to
It's
see.
hard for them, but we can kind of know how it's going to turn out.
Right.
But as far as the swelling goes, normally it takes a little bit for that swelling to actually kick in. So when you first are done, your lips are pretty much good, and you take a picture, that's what they're going to look like, basically. Mm-hmm. There might be a little swelling, but it's not bad.
Right.
In a couple hours now, if we took the same picture, your lips would be much bigger.
Yes.
Right. And then that would be what you're going to look like. And so a lot of times what happens is they go home and they love the lip swollen.
Yep.
They like that.
They love that extra size.
They like the size. And they always come in and they go, I just want a subtle lip. I don't want anything major or big. And then they go home and they swell.
They think.
They go home and swell. And now they're back in a month. Because I always tell them, if you decide you want more, come back in a month. Not before. Because I don't want to inject you until it's been a month. 28 days.
Yeah.
And anyways, they'll be back in my chair. And I go, oh, you decided you want them bigger. Yeah, I loved it when they were swollen. That's what I get a lot.
So you decide to get your lips done. You're all excited. You go get your lips done. Nurse Liz or one of our nurses here at the Botox bar, they do them. You're all prepared. You haven't had any blood thinners. You've been taking your arnica. You come in. You get the most amazing lips. You're all excited. And then you come back 2-3 weeks later and you look like a monkey because the lip filler is all up here. That is called migration. So Nurse Liz, we gotta talk about this.
Yes.
Migration that can happen because people aren't reading the instructions of what not to do.
And we tell them too, but you're getting so much information.
I know. It can be overwhelming.
Right, that you can't even remember sometimes. And that's why we do give you the card. But one of the major problems that happens with the lips, it doesn't happen often, but it does happen often enough, right? Or we wouldn't be talking about it, is people leave here and they don't rest their lips like we tell them to. They need to be rest for 28 days, meaning no straws, no pressure on the mouth. You can talk, you can eat, all the things.
Don't we get a massage where you're like pushing your face?
You can't be putting pressure because if you think about that, you've put the filler in the lips. But if you're putting a lot of pressure, that filler until the lips are used to that filler, the lips can't expand if you're putting too much pressure. That they can't expand that quick. They are going to push that filler up. So that's one way to get it.
Yes.
The other way to get migration is if it gets too close to the border of your lip.
Oh, the vermilion border.
Yes, the vermilion border. You can get a little migration. I had a client that came in the other day. She wasn't first time here. She had been at another med spa, and she had migration of her filler. And she was here to get another syringe of filler from me in her lips. And I had to stop her and say, listen, we can't inject any more filler into your lips until we get rid of the migration that's up here.
Yeah.
So I outlined it for her so she could see. She had all the way up here on this side, and this side was just but it doesn't look pretty.
Right.
And I don't
want it to look pretty.
We want it to look pretty, and I don't.
And natural.
And we don't want to add to the problem. If I would have put another syringe in, we could have added to that problem.
Oh boy.
So I did explain you have to rest your lips for sure for 28 days when you have filler in. You can't use straws. You can't put pressure on your lips at all, especially now that you have had the migration. You can use an enzyme to dissolve it. We do not do that unless it's our work. However,
that's a good
this
point
client was here to get filler from me, so I did dissolve the migration of her filler.
Yeah. But it is a good point that people need to realize that if you had your lips done, there's a lot of injectors out there right now. And lips, again, as we talk about, they're a hot subject right now. And people want Instagram-worthy lips. We get it. But the problem is you go to an injector and you don't go back to them to fix your lips. Other injectors are not going to be able to fix that because there's a liability situation there. Plus, you need to go back to the injector that injected you originally.
The thing is if something like that happens when we've injected them, we will fix it for free.
Yes,
right?
Of course.
But we're not going to do that for somebody else's work, so it's only going to cost them money. So if they go back to their provider, they might get that corrected at no cost to them, which is the best scenario, right? We don't want to charge somebody to fix a problem. I feel bad doing that, but what else can we do? So we do not do anybody else's dissolving. They have to go back to their
injector.
Their injection.
I think that's a good point. That people need to understand that.
Right.
But I love that we do have the enzyme that can dissolve if needed.
We very rarely have to use it. We have used it basically on clients like that. That have come in, they want more filler. They don't even realize they have a problem because they don't know what that means. They know that something is weird up in there, but they didn't have anything injected there, so they don't know what it is.
They don't realize that it migrated up.
Right, it migrated up.
Yeah, that is a real subject and a real issue with lip filler that people need to be aware of. So just, read the card, make sure we go through it with you again, make sure that you prep before you primp, as they say.
Exactly.
So you know that you're not going to the dentist, you're not getting any vaccines or anything like that for 30 days, and you're coming in, get your lips done, and let them settle for 28 days.
Yeah, but before they come in for another syringe.
Yes.
If they're uneven or if there's a problem, within 2 weeks they can come back in after that 2 weeks.
Absolutely.
But we have to have them rest for 2 weeks at least for that.
Yeah.
We do say, I've said this before with the Botox, I've said it with everything, we can only control what we do when we're here.
Yeah.
We can't control the client when they leave here and what they're doing. You can mess yourself up.
Yes.
This is we have this information for you to keep you safe and so that you have a nice outcome. If you don't follow it, you can mess yourself up.
Yeah, it's such a good point there too, because we watch these clients do it sometimes. It doesn't happen often, but when you do see it, you're like, oh,
I know.
You feel bad.
You feel bad, but you know they didn't follow the rules.
No, exactly. But what I like about our filler is that we have options, like you said. We have the Ultra for $550. We got the Volbella for $650. Velour for $750.
Exactly.
And each one has a longer duration, hence the different pricing.
Right.
But as you said, Volbella is your favorite.
It's my favorite.
It's your favorite, and it does work well. And you can mix and match if you want to.
Right. So if you had Ultra put in and you just want a little bit more, you can make Volbella work for you in different ways. That's what I love about it. You can make your lips bigger, you can make them more subtle, but it gets rid of lines and wrinkles, gives you a little color. You can do a lot of things. So I always recommend Volbella for a second syringe for sure.
Yes. And if you don't use the full syringe, you only sell it in a full syringe.
Yeah, they have to purchase a whole
we can
syringe.
maybe, use it in other places on the face if needed. Otherwise, it's you use it or lose it.
Yep, it goes right in the trash if they don't use it all.
Exactly. Now, to save some money with your lip filler experience here at Botox Bar, again, you can go to alle.com, ALLE.com, and you can enroll for free and get monies back every time you get your lips done.
Yeah.
So they'll give you specials or coupons. They also have gift cards that you can do, during the holiday season or Mother's Day. They'll do like buy one, get one, or around the Christmas season. And then we have our app.
Yes.
So with our app, Botox Bar app, BEAUTOX BAR, download the app when you come here 3 times to get filler done. So if you get your lips done 3 times, then the 4th time that you come here, you get it for half price.
Right. And that's for one syringe.
That's for one syringe.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's a deal.
That is a deal. You get a
That's
half price.
Huge deal. Yeah.
Yes. So it's a loyalty reward that you've come to us now 3 times. We want to give back and give you a deal on the 4th time that you have your lips done. So it's just a nice little perk that we have. And then all clients and customers will get an aftercare kit for their lips with the card explaining all the things so that they know what to look out for. And then you can get your Arnica Montana ahead of time from us, or like, Liz said, any really,
just make sure to get it.
Yeah,
just get it. It just makes a huge difference.
Exactly. You can pop in here during office hours and pick some up. We always have some on hand, so if it makes it easier for you. But I think that lips, we're going to see more and more people getting lips. I think lips are not only trending right now, I think they're going to stay for a while. Yeah. A lot of younger folks are going to get them done, and more men are getting it done.
And if you think about it, it changes your whole profile. Like when I am doing lips on somebody and I take their picture, I'll take the front and then I'll take their profile, and it's just amazing what it can do for your profile.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Especially the brides that are out there ready to get their pictures for their wedding, or I think that is a big one, is brides or mother of the bride. They want to look good on or the mother of the groom. They want to look good on those pictures.
Exactly.
It's all about that.
Yeah.
So not only will your lips be Instagram worthy, they'll be worthy of any event that you have coming up.
Exactly.
So that's what we love about, helping our clients, is looking their best at every age and making sure that they look symmetrical. They still look like themselves. We're not looking like freaks walking out of here.
No.
And we're also making it so that it's comfortable. So we have really great numbing cream.
Yeah.
We have really good techniques. Our nurses have been injecting for a long time and have done thousands of lips. I think that's really it for lips.
I think
and being
it is
Instagram worthy.
It's amazing. It can change your look. It's one of those things. Besides cheeks, the lips, I think, cheeks and lips are 2 of the most important things that change people's look.
Yeah, and turns back the clock.
Turns back the clock. Absolutely.
Yes. Well, thanks for watching. We look forward to seeing you soon at the Botox bar, and looking forward to getting your lips done.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you for listening, and be sure to download our app to save time and money.